What do you suppose Perry does when we leave him at home?
Ah yes, stand evolutions. The instant win button in Jojo. From the spin to Dio's diary to Requiem arrows, there exist many ways one can evolve a stand. However, there has only been a handful of stands that have achieved this kind of ascension, so that had me wondering, what if certain stands throughout the series evolved? What kind of unique powers could they achieve? Before any of you are like,
this beta evolution power doesn't make sense. It's actually been established in Jojo Valor that he can't evolve to get bitches.
I just want to say that this video is just for fun, and I haven't thought too deeply into every power. Got it?
Don't make me say it again.
Anyways, I'm bought under repair, and welcome to my stand evolution hypothesis lab. So not only is Star Platinum one of the strongest stands in regards to its physical stats, but its ability to stop time for 5 seconds skyrockets it to the top 5 strongest stands in the series. The time stop affects all living things on the planet, and Jojo's then able to perform certain tasks. But is that really all? If we had a stand that could control time, why is it only limited to stopping it? That's why I theorize. That's why I and another comment theorize that Star Platinum may have complete dominion over every time-based stand ability in the series, if it ever went through some sort of evolution. Time stop, time skip, time reversal, time acceleration, all this would be at Star Platinum's disposal, and they'd be able to use it in a variety of ways. Hell, Star Platinum could even get precise control over time stop and other abilities, allowing certain things to remain unaffected. Imagine doing a stand barrage on someone, only to reverse time with all their injuries healed and memories retained, just so they can have the satisfaction of aura barraging them again. Imagine Star Platinum accelerating its punches just so it can get more hits in. This dominion over all time would make Star Platinum almost unstoppable, and Jojo's smart enough to make every ability complement each other. Crazy Diamond can return anything to a previous state in their history. It can turn tomato sauce back into tomato. It can reconstruct a wall, fix torn apart vehicles, and even merge objects together by reforming something around them. This ability has been shown to be incredibly versatile, and has saved Josuke in a lot of sticky situations. Despite this, the stand has one weakness. It can only return things to a past state, so theoretically an evolution of the stand would have all these properties. Instead of reverting objects to a state in the past, what if it could transition an object to a potential state in their future, and it would use the concept of alternate worlds to achieve this. There exists an infinite amount of parallel worlds, each having their own histories and scientific concepts. Nothing that happens in an alternate world would be the same as our world, and that basic concept would apply to everyday objects. The metal in your car keys could have been part of a plane in another world. The glass on your phone could be the glass on a Rocky's phone in another reality. The milk your dad never came back with could have been used to make chocolate cake during your birthday that he was present in another reality. What if Crazy Diamond could tap into these potential realities and futures of these objects? If you were to destroy a metal gate, there's a chance he'd be able to transform it into a cannon. A barrage of bullets could turn into pots and pans, tires into crocs. There's infinite combinations Josuke could utilize. Stone Free can control strings with a high degree of precision. These strings can grab objects, be used as a cushion for attacks, or immobilize foes. Sure, these strings make Jolene one of the most versatile Joestars, but when it comes face to face with Made in Heaven, there's hardly anything Jolene can do. However, what if there's a scientific concept that Stone Free could utilize? What if this aspect of potential evolution could skyrocket Stone Free into one of the strongest stands, period? Well, let's put on our shrinking suits and check out some subatomic particles. Our universe is made up of molecules, tiny points in space, which are all assigned certain jobs. Each molecule is important on their own, but even those are made up of even smaller elements. We now make our way to atoms, and when we go smaller, we get to protons and neutrons, even smaller and we get to quarks. But these are the smallest things science has been able to observe. But there is a theory out there that these quarks are made up of something. Strings, to be precise. Just like the strings on a guitar, these vibrate at different speeds and frequencies. When these vibrations happen, they act as a sort of blueprint or signal to the molecule. Oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, helium, and many more are formed and controlled by these hypothetical strings. So what if Jolene could tap into these microscopic strings? With this power, she'd be able to quickly change the properties of an isolated area. Let's say a stand user tries to close in on her. Well, Jolene could then change the frequencies of strings related to the oxygen molecule and turn them into hydrogen molecules instead, which would immediately cause a select person to begin suffocating. Changing the frequencies of strings related to photons surrounding her could allow Jolene to practically become invisible. If a graviton does exist, Jolene can manipulate them and distort space. Hell, depending on the range of the ability, while stopping Jolene from changing the frequencies of the sun's fuel source, thus speeding up his eventual transformation into a red giant. Theoretically, there's nothing stopping Jolene from causing the heat death of the universe, August 12, 2036. We all know Weather Report can control the atmosphere to create various types of weather phenomena, from sudden downpours of rain to incredibly strong winds. Weather Report can even precisely control or increase the concentration of oxygen in an area in order to poison anyone unlucky enough to be caught in its range. This power over the atmosphere is already insanely strong. What if we expanded Weather Report's range of control? What if Weather Report could control other fundamental aspects of the Earth, like the magnetic field? Earth's magnetic field is pretty much our ultimate defense against the sun's radiation, and any other dangerous radiation out there in the vacuum of space. It's also what helps compasses navigate. If Weather Report were to evolve and gain control over the Earth's magnetic field, he could strip parts of it away, allowing a certain amount of radiation in order to poison his opposition. He could strip a big part of it away to ensure the eradication of humanity. Hell, he can mess with navigation devices around the world, causing a ton of confusion. King Crimson allows Diavolo to skip 10 seconds in the future, and those that get affected have their memories of those 10 seconds erased. King Crimson can see 10 seconds in the future using Epitaph. This ability has given Diavolo many advantages over his foes, and in a lot of cases is an undefendable power. But who says Epitaph and Type Skip had to remain limited to the flow of this world's fate? What if Diavolo gained the ability to see the future outcomes of parallel worlds? Let's say he's fated to get stand barraged by Star Platinum. Now normally he'd use King Crimson to skip over and avoid that fate. But with this theoretical evolution, Diavolo would be able to peer into a reality where Star Platinum accidentally attacked or heavily injured one of Jojo's allies. If Diavolo likes the outcome of this world, using Time Erasure wouldn't just skip time, but would manifest the outcome of the alternate world into our own. So no matter how powerful an opponent is, Diavolo would be able to tap into a reality where the outcome ultimately favors him. Echo's Act 4 would pretty much just be Sandman's Silent Way, which honestly should have been what Echo's Act 3 became. If not, I could see the borderline cartoony aspects of Act 2 evolve into a power similar to what we see in Scribblenauts. Anything Echo's types comes to life. It takes on the functions of the described object, with some limitations of course, but it would basically be a weaker and more precise version of Bohemian Rhapsody. With Made in Heaven, every inanimate object on Earth starts accelerating to a massive degree, until eventually everything on Earth begins to crumble and the universe itself resets. But if Made in Heaven can accelerate time, then what's to say it can't decelerate it as well? When this occurs, every inanimate object begins to slow down, until eventually everything on Earth is at a standstill, as if time itself has stopped. Anyone who was in a vehicle or building would basically be trapped, as any doors that could potentially be opened would slow down infinitely until they basically can't move at all. Planes would be permanently stuck in the air, and not even a parachute would be able to send you back to Earth. Oxygen would move so slow that it would never reach your lungs on time, causing every living thing on Earth to suffocate. Light would also cease to reach your eyes on time, causing the world to be blanketed in eternal darkness. So I've seen Across the Spider-Verse recently, and I thought the Spot was a pretty cool villain. Despite him not being taken seriously early on, his powers evolved in a way that made him a multiversal threat. So I wondered if there was any stands in Jojo who had massive potential to grow in a similar manner, that were currently being treated as a joke. And the stand I thought of was the Hand. Its basic powers erasing anything it touches with its right hand, while the universe forces surrounding objects to fill up the space. This stand is pretty limited in how its ability is confined to one hand. But what if the hand evolved in a way that would make its whole body get covered in its energy? Now, you might think I'm just describing Cream's void ability, which yeah, pretty much, but let's think about a certain aspect of both stands. The objects swiped away weren't just getting erased from existence, they were actually traveling to another dimension. What if the Hand could utilize this power to tap into more than just one dimension, just like the Spot? The idea of stands traveling to alternate worlds has been done in the past, and with both Cream and the Hand being established to send things to other dimensions, the idea that it could tap into this power and expand upon it in an evolution isn't that far-fetched. Okay, never mind. I can see you reading your comment in your head. I humbly ask you to stop. Since Paisley Park can effortlessly tap into the internet and electronics to gain certain information, what if the stand evolved to also enter the minds of others, which will result in Paisley Park gaining access to certain memories you may have? Just like Persona 5 and Inception, maybe Paisley Park could also tinker with your mind in order to change certain parts of your behavior. Okay, Paisley Park has to exist, because there's no way I failed all my university classes.
You what?
Oh, hey Dad, what's up? Dad?